I walk the line. Over black, slowly fading in, humming car engines, trains trundling, horns screaming, all blending, muddled together. The occasional pedestrian shouting. Fade in, exterior, city, evening. An unnamed city, painted in the strokes of the evening sun. Cut to interior, motel, evening. Tripod and slider shots. No handheld, no music. Pure ambience and sound design. A subtle ticking from a watch. Lincoln, Greenwood, dark skin, 6 feet tall, hair that hasn't been cleaned in weeks, lying on a stripped mattress. A single thin blanket covers him. Greenwood raises himself off the makeshift bed. A cross hangs from his neck. He stands up and saunters over to his bathroom. Jump cut. Greenwood's fully dressed in a black and white suit, finishing his black Windsor knot. Greenwood pulls out his personal sidearm, a Beretta M9, from under his pillow. He checks the magazine, the safety, the slide, and the hammer. He holsters the gun. Greenwood shoves old clothes, the thin blanket, and a travel toiletry kit into a satchel. He slides out a briefcase from beneath a closet. He dials the combination lock and checks its contents. We never see what's inside. We only see Greenwood breathe a heavy sigh as he stares in awe of his possessions. He snaps out of his state and closes the briefcase. Greenwood exits the room. Exterior, street, evening. Greenwood walking down a street towards a bus stop. It's almost sunset. Greenwood sits by the bus stop. He stares out, listening to the surrounding cars whiz by and the ticking of his watch. He's lost to the sounds. Approaching the bus stop, a silhouette. A gun cocks. Greenwood turns. Owen Milligan, shorter, leaner, tidier than Greenwood, dressed in an all-black three-piece with short, neat hair. Milligan smirks. Greenwood freezes. He glances down at the stranger's hand, a Glock 17. Milligan gestures for Greenwood's Beretta. He reluctantly hands it over. Greenwood sighs, mutters something under his breath along the lines of, shit. Cut to interior hotel room night. Milligan sits down by a desk. Opposite him, Greenwood stands uneasily by his seat.
Please, make yourself at home.
Greenwood glances at the Glock in Milligan's hand. It's aimed right at Greenwood's chest.
Thank you.
Greenwood sits down.
Would you like a drink?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good, thank you? Really now?
Why, what did I do?
Milligan nods. A beat.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this wasn't the exact situation you wanted to be in, right?
I was talking about the drinks.
Since the start, Milligan's eyes have been locked onto Greenwood's and never left. Greenwood shifts slightly in his seat.
Look, I'm sure we've come to an understanding. I'm just trying to make my way, like you. Nothing has to happen. You could just let me go.
Maybe. But why would I do that?
Greenwood's silent for a beat.
Because, Owen, right now we're just a couple of civilized fellas sitting down, talking. Just talking. It doesn't have to be anything more than that.
Beat.
I guess we could do it that way.
Greenwood waits a beat. He shakes his head.
But you see, Lincoln, if we did it your way, I'd still be asking myself the same question. So tell me, why did you steal $4 million from the people paying you?
It's $4 million.
Yes, it is.
You're telling me you wouldn't take a risk for that kind of money?
Not if I knew I'd be hunted for it. Besides, I don't care too much for cash.
You make $30K a hit. That's not even including expenses.
I didn't make the rules, but it's pointless to fight them. It'd only lead to trouble.
So, to you, money's just something you need to just get by.
An oversimplification, but that's just me. Other people now, the things they do for money or with it.
I can imagine.
That's not what I asked of you.
A silent, awkward pause.
$4 million is a lot of money. Maybe I'm just a greedy son of a bitch.
No, I don't think so. I've been patient, Mr. Greenwood. So I'm going to ask you this once more, very politely. Why did you steal the $4 million from your employers?
Greenwood avoids Milligan's eyes. He looks down at his watch.
The bus must be gone by now. I was hoping to get out before dark.
Do I need to repeat myself?
Beat. Greenwood looks right at Milligan.
You know what the life expectancy of a hitman is? Me neither. I never know if I'm going to make it the next morning. Do you?
To some certainty, yes.
You're that fucking sure, huh? I'm not. not crazy enough to think I could do this for another 50 years. It's all like, if I ask politely, they let me go.
Milligan nods.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought you took the money because maybe you met a woman. Or a man. Or you were doing it to save someone, maybe seeking redemption. But you did it to escape. Because you were scared.
Well, forgive me for fearing for my own life.
You were forgiven.
Greenwood clenches his jaw. He spits the following words from his mouth like poison.
You can't judge me for trying.
You know, personally, I don't think everyone gets what they deserve. It's really up to nobody to decide. And as for you, even if you find a way out of this, how long can you really keep running?
Greenwood slowly sighs. Milligan notices. He smiles and rests the butt of his block on the table edge. Greenwood notices. He rams the table into Milligan. It doesn't hurt Milligan, but confuses him momentarily. Greenwood traps Milligan's gun arm in an armbar. He knocks the Glock out of his hand. Greenwood swings a right hook at Milligan, who dodges it, traps Greenwood's arm, and knees him twice in the gut. Greenwood elbows Milligan, breaking free of his grip, and delivers several punches that knock him to the floor. Greenwood corners him, but Milligan pulls a knife out from an ankle holster and swings at Greenwood. Greenwood dodges. Milligan slashes at Greenwood with quick swipes, Greenwood narrowly missing every attack. Milligan has Greenwood in a corner, thinking he's won. He lunges at Greenwood with the knife. Greenwood sidesteps the blade, grabs Milligan's wrist, and snaps his elbow. Milligan screams in pain. The knife falls out of his hand. Greenwood grabs Milligan and swings him crashing into a nearby wall. Milligan throws a poor punch at Greenwood, who blocks the arm and strikes Milligan at his throat. He coughs, chokes, and collapses to his knees. Greenwood chokeholds Milligan. He writhes and kicks, trying to throw Greenwood off balance, but it's helpless. Milligan squirms. Greenwood holds steady. Moments seem to pass like hours. He stops squirming. Greenwood lets go. The body collapses with a dull, unimpressive thud. Greenwood sighs. He limps over to the satchel and briefcase. He picks both of them up and trudges towards the door. He exits. Exterior, street, night. Greenwood walking away from the camera down the street, walking into the dark. Cut to black.